Welcome back, my lovelies. Alright, Ian.
Lise, what brings you here?
Oh, Alliance business. We have a request for Doma. Well, Hien. But that can wait. They told me you were out searching for Alphino. Did you manage to pick up his trail?
Kinda, not really.
Well, if he wasn't at the crash site, he might still have escaped. We have to keep searching.
And we will. Alphino embarked on this journey as an emissary of Doma, and I hold myself responsible for his safe return. I will have our shinobi in the provinces search for him as a matter of urgency. Chin up, Alize. You'll get to admonish your brother for his recklessness yet.
Well, someone has to do it.
I'm sure he's going to be fine. There is one thing I'm not sure about, though. You said it was the Emperor's personal guard that attacked Alphino's airship. But the Popularis would never have been able to arrange the prisoner exchange without Varys' blessing. So why would he sabotage his own mission?
They may not have been acting on Varys' orders. The guard answer not only to him, but to his family, the Crown Prince included.
When Yotsuyu summoned Tsukuyomi, Asahi was quick to proclaim that a dormant citizen had violated the terms of our agreement, that the negotiations had failed. And it is this version of events that is now being repeated across Garlemald. To hear the tale, one would think the prisoner exchange never took place. Plainly, someone is manipulating matters from the shadows. Most likely Xenos, or whoever it is that wears his face.
Whichever Ascian you mean. We all know the nature of our adversary.
The servants of chaos are true to their name. Their meddling has cost Doma a chance at peace. Whoever it was that loosed his personal guard, the Emperor cannot be ignorant of these developments. We must proceed on the assumption that our treaty is indeed in tatters. But come, Lise. You have journeyed far. Let me hear your petition.
Right. So the big news is that Alamigo has agreed to join the Eorzean Alliance. To make it official, and discuss where we all go from here, the leaders of the 5 nations are planning to hold a meeting, and we were hoping you might come too. We've already seen what we can achieve when we work together, and the Alliance hopes to work even more closely in future. They think it's our best hope of keeping the Garleans in check, and I agree.
As do I. By coordinating our efforts in the east and west, we may be able to discourage them from committing their forces to a single front. I accept your invitation. I must, however, ask for time to attend to some pressing matters here. In light of recent events, the risk of Imperial reprisals is greater than ever, and I would not leave Doma unguarded, Ere I depart, I must shore up her defenses.
Understood. I'll let the Alliance know. We'll wait to hear from you before setting a date. The meeting's to be held at the Royal Palace in Alamigo, incidentally. Do you remember the way?
Well enough. Please assure my hosts that I will not keep them waiting any longer than I have to.
Consider it done. And thank you for agreeing to come. If we all put our heads together, we're sure to find the best way forward. For everyone.
Fine, I'll talk. That's fine. Bum, bum. Banana. Ba-da-da-da. Oh. You know what I should have done? Is to open the treasure chest, and I could have just given it to the Grand Company. I am so stupid. I could have just given it all to the Grand Company. Oy vey, I forgot about that. I wasn't thinking. Thank you for coming. Knowing you, you've probably guessed what I wanted to talk about. Alize, she's acting as if everything's alright, but it's clear she's barely coping. The Alize I know, overbearing, willful, and reckless, and that's fine. It's how she deals with feeling weak. She has to keep moving, or she's afraid she'll fall apart. A lot like me. But the thing about people like us is that we need someone to keep an eye on us. I had Papalymo, and now I have my friends in the Resistance, and Alize has you and the Scions. Before you start, I'm not saying you're neglecting her. I'm sure you aren't, but I'm sure you won't. And I'm sure you won't. But she's a good friend, and, well, when I see her like this, I can't help but worry. Please make sure you give her all the support she needs, alright? Yeah, of course. Leave it to me. Thank you, Neve. It goes without saying, but if there's anything I can do, you only need to ask. Well, I'd best be off. See you in Alamigo. Right. Back. Da-na-na. Da-na-na-na.
If we are to ready ourselves for invasion, we shall need manpower, provisions, and time, all of which are in notably short supply.
Candid as ever, you giddy. And correct, I concede. Fortunately, I have an idea. 'Tis plain no single nation can stand against the might of the Empire. And it was only with the aid of others that Dorma succeeded in winning her freedom. So, I mean to take a leaf out of our Eorzean friends' book and form an alliance of our own. In addition to those with whom we already share an understanding, I would reach out to Hingashi and Suinosato, and further afield to the myriad peoples of Nangsha and Dalmasca. I am under no illusion. Not all will answer the call. Yet disparate though we may be, we are united in our desire for freedom. If our neighbors could be made to see what is at stake, Asian machinations and all, cooperation need not be so far-fetched a notion.
It may even seem practical. Under the guidance of our former leader, Master Louis Soir, we once strove to unite the fractious city-states of Eorzea. I dare say that experience shall be of use in your endeavor.
We should be glad of your wisdom.
For the record, I would have been in favor of this plan even if it hadn't been my grandfather's, but I have to ask, how will we secure the time to carry it out? Not that anyone has forgotten, but the Garleans have airships. Lots and lots of airships. Should they catch wind of our plan, they could send an armada to overwhelm us before our alliance had even begun to take shape.
Not if we deny them access to the skies.
The hell are you talking about?
During our time in the burn, the Warrior of Light and I chanced upon some Allagan ruins.
Oh?
As such ruins go, they were not particularly unusual. But something about the surrounding land struck me as odd. Faint though it was, its ethereal residue was uncannily similar to that of Azizlar. Identical, in fact. For locations so far removed to share a single etheric signature is all but impossible. I conclude, therefore, that the Allagans created the floating continent with land taken from the burn.
While that is a most intriguing theory, I fail to see what relevance it has to Dorma's defense.
Azizlar was enclosed in a powerful energy barrier, impenetrable even to an Agrius-class battleship. It occurred to me that those ruins may have enjoyed similar protection. I have no proof, but the Warrior of Light did report seeing a structure resembling other known Allagan field generators.
All right. But even if we could put up such an energy barrier, it surely wouldn't extend beyond the limits of the burn. So what's to stop the Garleans flying around it?
Fuel. The Dalmascan capital, Rabanasta, was a key Imperial refueling point in the east. By laying waste to it as a lesson to the rest, the Empire greatly hindered its own operations in the region. If an Imperial fleet were to advance upon Dorma, it would now have little choice but to travel, as the crow flies, over the burn.
I see.
A word of caution. Even assuming the generator still functions, raising a barrier of such a scale will require a prodigious amount of energy. And few places are so bereft of suitable crystals as the burn.
A source of energy. Tell me, did the Allagans make a habit of launching things into the sky?
A curious question. Besides Azizlar, I know of only one other notable instance. The Red Moon Dalamud, whose fall triggered the calamity.
Just the two occasions, you say? Then I believe I may have a solution to our energy problem.
You do?
I may. To find out for sure, we would need to visit the Azim Steppe.
Cool.
Which would, I now see, present the perfect opportunity to discuss an alliance with the Zayla tribes. How very neat. What say you then? Shall we see whither this road leads?
Everyone stepped at the exact same time. Have fun in the burn, Elise. Beep beep, get the fuck out of my way!
I will never tire of this vista. The endless fields, the boundless skies. 'Tis a sight to make a man forget his cares.
But not his purpose, I trust. Might this be a fitting moment to tell us what we are doing here?
Of course. During my time with the mole, I learned some few myths of this land. One goes thus. In the distant past, when all seemed doomed, a wayfaring soul came unto the steppe. Venturing into the northern crag, he received of Nama a sliver of her essence, a shard of the shining moon, and with it clove the tainted land from the earth. The end thus averted, to these fields did the wayfaring soul return, and venturing once more into the northern crag, he buried the shard, and made unto the heavens an offering of blood.
A tainted land cloven from the earth and an offering of blood to the heavens. Azizlar and Dalamud.
That was my thinking, yes.
And you believe that yonder mountains hide an artifact possessed of sufficient power to raise Azizlar up to the heavens? I suppose that might suffice.
Worth a closer look, would you say?
I would.
Okay, we're gonna go to the mole. Ba-ba-ba-bum. I'm back! Hi, Sirena. Yin, Neve, I'm glad of your visit and opportunity to welcome a new friend. How may we serve you? There is a matter I would discuss with the mole. It concerns not only the people of the steppe, but of every land in the Far East. A shard of the shining moon left behind by a wayfaring soul, and you need this to protect our land? I do, my friends, and I wish to find the shard and ascertain the extent of its power. Will you tell me more of the place where it lies buried, this northern crag? If this is your wish, in the mountains to the north there is a cavern called the House of the Crooked Coin. Inside the cavern are pillars of stone that legend holds to be the source of Nadam's power. There I believe you will find what you seek. Ah, yes, I know the place. 'Tis a brisk walk from here. And what are your thoughts of an alliance? Should the Empire return to our lands, we will be engulfed in a storm of conflict. Whether we will it or not, if we do not stand together, we will fall apart. This, I believe, with all my heart. However, Among the tribes of the steppe, there are those who revere Nama above all else. To them, the pillars are sacred and not to be disturbed. Should you proceed as you propose, such tribes are like to spurn an alliance, prompting others to follow their example. This is my concern. But it is by no means certain that the pillars will provide the power you seek. Ere you risk the ire of the followers of Nama, might you not visit the House of Crooked Coin? If all is your hope, we may then consider how best to earn their blessing. I thank you for your counsel. We will do as you suggest. I have no desire to give offense to those with whom I would join hands. Thank you for your understanding. Though the mole may reign over the steppe today, this decision will shape the days to come, and we would not force others into war against their will. Nor we. Hundredfold stronger are they who choose to fight of their own accord. Alright, time for more money! The Will of the Moon. Bum, bum. It's literally just right here. If you ventured farther, you would have noticed. Whoa! Hi! It's some. Hello.
Such an abundance of ether.
Are we in luck?
We are. This is an elegant artifact, most likely built to regulate the flow of ether. I strongly suspect the ancients used it to stem the flow from here to the burn. That would explain how they were able to untether what became Azys La from its surroundings. But were we to throw open the floodgates, the resultant deluge would surely be sufficient to raise our wall. And in restoring the flow, we may also restore life to the wasteland.
There's a promise.
What is it?
While the device itself harbors a surfeit of ether, the opposite is true of the surrounding area. An effect of regulation, perhaps. A similar phenomenon seemed to be occurring in Doma. Whatever the explanation, the answer will not reveal itself here. We have seen what we needed to see. Let us return to Mol Illo.
Mol Illo. The Dothral. The Dothral. Well, things are definitely going to get interesting, even more so. And all that's left to do is one more dungeon, some solo instances, and then that's it for Stormblood. So we're getting closer to finishing it. It's honestly, I've really enjoyed. Is that? Okay, they're just... I was like, where? Is it all just people just chilling? No, it's literally just... But I've enjoyed this. I enjoy making content. At least playing video games. But, let's see. For the future, obviously I already told you what's going on after Stormblood's done. Alright, let's speak with Sadu real quick. I'm just stumbling over my words. You again? Other matters demand our time, Hagen. Kagan. Unless it is battle you seek. Alas, not. Quite the opposite, in fact. Talking. Always talking. You say the pillars hold great power. Of course they do. They are the source of the Nama's strength. To the Dethral, no place is more sacred, and we would make ash of any who would defile it. Though I see this is not your wish. You see the wisdom in our proposition, then? You will help. You will join hands with us? I said nothing of joining hands. You wish to wield Nama's power to defend these lands, and this I will allow. But for leaving the steppe to fight the men in iron, I would have something in return. Namely, battle with you. The Nadam-ended era began, and I would face you again alone, without distractions. Defeat me, prove yourself the stronger, and you shall have the Dethral as your allies. Surely these are agreeable terms. Yeah? Okay. Well, this is not wholly unexpected turn of events, though I had assumed I would be the one required to fight. Alas, the Hatun has made her choice. Shall we dance? Ha! It shall be a battle the steppe shall not soon forget. Ah, surely my soul burns brighter. Perhaps yours, Kagan? And await me outside the car. I will gather my witnesses and join you anon. Alright, so we got a solo instance coming up. It's a pretty fun solo instance. However, I think I'm going to save that for the next episode. Because some interesting things take place. But either way, my lovelies, like, comment, subscribe if you so choose to, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye!